messages have you sent today? I know the day isn't over yet. How many, including in class? Yes, Harrison, including in my class, that you're paying close attention to.
He was just collecting data.
He's just collecting data. That's what we're going to think. Number of text messages. We'll count a little frequency. Who sent none? None at all. None at all. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of us sent 0. How about I sent 1? Who sent 1? Who sent 1? We got 1, 2, 3. 3 of us have sent 1. Who sent 2? Nobody sent 2? 3. We got 3. We got 1, 2, maybe 3. Yeah, and if you're not sure, just round off. 4. We got 4s. We got 4s. 1, 2. 5s. 5s. We got 1, 5. 6. 6 text messages. 7. More than 7. Oh, what do we have?
7.
7. We have a 7. Any other 7s? Get 2 7s. What do you got, Harrison?
Over 20.
Over 20. 20 plus. We'll call it 20 plus. That's a good average, brother. What time did you get up this morning? 2? So, it's all good. It's all good. We're not judging. Give me a histogram. Give me a histogram. Please! I beg you to do it on the calculator. I don't want you doing these things by hand. We're going to show you as the course goes on how to do it in Excel, which is even better. Give me a histogram of this data. And for 20 plus, just call it 20. Just call it 20 because you can't put 20 plus in the TI. Even though the average is going to change.
That's someone else besides just me.
Ah, well, you're being honest, Harrison, and I appreciate it. There has to be somebody else. I appreciate your honesty, brother. People are holding out, it's all good. Is everybody okay with the fact why I left gaps in the data on the left? I didn't feel the need to have to put in 2 since I already had 2 texts, and the TI will scale that for us. We don't have to concern ourselves with that. Yeah, actually, your histogram is still set up for group data.
Okay.
So you can just press Zoom 9 if you want to once your data's in, because the histogram is already on and reading L1 and L2.
Got it.
So you can press Zoom 9 from here. Now, I recommend a little finagling. A little finagling. That's a beautiful graph. Would you call it a bell shape? I sure as hell wouldn't. But I'm going to finagle a smidge, just a smidge. Okay, I'm going to go to the window. It is decided that its X min is 0 and its X max is 24, and I'm okay with that. But I am going to change that 24 to a 22, and I'll explain why in a moment why I'm changing it to 22. I'm going to change the X scale to 2 instead of 4. And I do want to explain why I'm changing it to 22, because it seems more logical that I would change it to, well, or 20, right? Because 20 was the biggest data point. I want to explain why I didn't. But right now, just set this up, 0, 22, and 2. The big thing I want to harp on right now is the fact that I cannot justify that being a bell curve, because it's not a bell curve. Which means I cannot use the empirical rule about the 2/3, 95%, almost 100%. As a matter of fact, I shouldn't even refer to the average number of texts, because Harrison himself is blowing our average out of the water. That 20 is yard. I'm not picking on you, brother. I'm thanking you. I'm thanking you. That's how I roll. That 20 is pulling the average so far away from where average is, we shouldn't even use the average. So the question is, what do we do when the data looks like this? We'll come back to that next week. But here's the deal. The reason why I changed that window to 22, watch what happens if I make it just 20. If you make it 20, which is the highest data point, where's Harrison? He's right, if you can kind of see, the beginning of him is right there. The reason is this, it's how the TI counts data. It's how the TI counts data. Watch this, if I press trace right now, you see that little spider? It's sitting up there on top of that bar, and it's saying minimum 0, max less than 2, there are 9. If you look at our data, you can see them. The 6 and the 3. There's 6 zeros and there are 3 1s. That's 9. Okay so far? I'm going to scooch over. Between 2 and 4, they're saying there are 3. Now, you might look up at that screen over there and go, wait a minute, I see 5. But this is where the math comes in. It's just less than 4, not equal to. So that's only counting the 3s. You see what I'm getting at? The next bar is going to count the 4s. Between 4 and 6, but not including 6, there are 3 because there are 2 4s and a 5. Next one only has 2 because there are 2 7s. And Harrison is there. He's just over there. And if you scroll over far enough, you'll see him. There he is. But the problem is, because he's at the low end of that bar, the bar's 2 units wide, and we don't see it unless I scale out to 22. So what I generally do is, I look at my largest data point, and I add a couple to that. And I usually add, when I say add a couple, whatever my X scale is, I'll add that to the largest data point. And the TI does the same thing. You may have noticed, it called the largest data point, the largest value 24, with a scale of 4. It added 4 to 20 to put 24. Go ahead, Harrison.
Will Zoom Fit reliably work for this kind of
And
data?
probably. I never use Zoom Fit. Let's find out. I never use Zoom Fit. It's another Zoom menu. I have never taught Zoom Fit. I don't understand. So in the Zoom menu, you've got a whole bucket load of Zooms.
It looks like
Preset
Probably
Zooms.
if you Zoom Fit and then just zoom out.
Zoom out. Oh, well, it worked. I mean, it zoomed out. It zoomed out. But the thing is, I don't know how to change the zoom out. Like, I don't know how to change. We said not that far. I agree with you. I like zooming like on my cell phone, my thumbs. But I don't know how to set the zoom on this.
There's like a Z-Box too, which I know
There is.
really handy.
Z-Box is cool. You can do that next if you want. Z-Box. That draws, let me see if I can do it. I think you have to draw a box around it.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it for this instead.
Well, I mean, Z-Box. Uh-oh, I think it's mid. Oh, there we go. Z-Box is nice. The thing about Z-Box is, I'd rather just go to the window screen.
Yeah, just change it.
And change it manually because it's much quicker. The Z-Box is a great technology for 1986. It really was. 30 years ago, it was freaking awesome. And then about 3 years after it came out, and Dragon's Lair came out, you might remember the video game Dragon's Lair, it was when 3D finally, I'm showing my age here totally. It's all good. But as soon as 3D graphics came out, as soon as 3D graphics, all this stuff became antiquated, but they cornered the market so beautifully that we still use their stuff. The mathematics these things do is phenomenal. It's just the graphics is limited. So that's why, what I've noticed, at least Harrison, is hit Zoom 9, get the graph up there. Look at the shape. Is it bell-shaped? If it is, good to go. If it's not, maybe adjust it a little bit to see if maybe there's a bell hiding. And that's why I like the X, messing with the X's. The Zoom Fits, I don't know how they work. It seems like magic to me. It does. It just seems like black magic, like hand waving, like boom, there's a new graph. I don't know where it came from. Cool? Big takeaway from today. Big takeaway. Give me some big takeaways from today. What did we learn today? Nothing. We learned that Harrison texts a lot. We learned that Harrison texts a lot. Yeah, help me. What did we learn today? I heard empirical rule from you. I thought, was that Michael? I heard a voice over here. Empirical rule. Michael, tell me about that.
That if you're one standard deviation away, you're 68% of your points, or 2/3 are going to be in your plot. 2 standard deviations, 95%.
I love it. Give me the caveat that has to go with that. If your data is bell-shaped. If your data is bell-shaped. We can now deal with bell-shaped data raw, bell-shaped data group. What if data isn't bell-shaped? We don't know yet. Right now we say we shouldn't use the average. So you can bust the median out. Right? We can easily find the median number of texts. Looks like it's about 3. I'm going by a rough estimate here. If I chop 6 and 6, it's 2 actually. It's a median of 2. We send a median of 2 texts, which is definitely different than our average would be if we included Jackson in there. But the median is not tied to the standard deviations like the average is. We'll deal with those and those Qs, which are also tied to that, next time. But for next time, could you please bring me questions on variation for Tuesday? Next homework set, and then we'll talk about your exam as well on Tuesday. Okay, doke? You guys have an awesome weekend. Email me if you get stuck with anything. We'll figure it out. Robert, you buying this stuff? You buying this stuff? This isn't math, brother. Statistics. It has numbers.